Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor, back with another action-packed session. Today, we're going to teach you how to turn 1K into 10K, even with bad credit. If you're starting off with little cash, limited credit, bad credit, no credit, I'm going to show you that strategy today. So make sure you stick around to the end. So how does this thing work? How do you turn 1,000 into 10,000 as a new real estate investor? It sounds a little taboo, especially when people are kind of new to the game. They think everything's like a scam. Oh, you can't do that. You can't invest without cash or credit. There's so much that will go over your head as a new real estate investor. You don't necessarily have the prerequisite knowledge, but this is going to give you the framework. So as you're scaling up, as you're doing your research, you can come back to this framework over and over again and start to implement it. So step one is getting in front of motivated sellers. That is the number one thing. Motivated seller would be somebody who wants to sell or has some type of reason. So that reason could be, hey, I'm in pre-foreclosure, foreclosure. That could be, you know what, I was managing this property out of town with my son, and he graduated from college and now he moved out of town. Nobody's there, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. So how are we going to find these people? As average investors, as people who are working the 9 to 5 still. We're going to list build. List building is the most effective way. It's not that you can't go out and do direct mail or online ad campaigns, all these different things that I can, teach you guys how to do. And there are multiple strategies. You can do bandit signs. You can still do some of that guerrilla marketing and be effective. But I'm going to build lists. I'm going to use websites like PropStream. I have a bunch of other websites that I use, some that I prefer more than a PropStream. How do you list build here? You're going to set a screen for maybe out-of-state investors, people who own properties, but they live out of state. That's a nice list, because that's going to uncover some of those motivations, right? Like, they don't live close to the property. There's going to be a high chance that they want to get rid of it. I want them to own the property for at least 5 to 7 years. I don't want to deal with people or be talking to people who just bought a property last year. They're not looking to sell. So I'm going to set some pretty basic screens so that I can get a wide reach. I want to get 5,000 to 10,000 people on my list. The more, the merrier, because I'm not going to be doing the legwork, which we're going to talk about in step 2. The next step in step 1 is to skip trace. I want to skip trace these people. So I want to get their contact information. Skip tracing is a process where you take a lead. So this could be somebody's name and then just an address, the property that they own. And I can feed that information into software and get their contact information. So I can get their cell phones, maybe their email, and I can now reach out and contact these people to buy their house or to make them a cash offer. A cheap website to use for that is peoplesearch.com. You can do a 1 month plan for like $29 and do like unlimited searches. So it is not expensive. So right now, after step 1, we're in at $29 all in. I'm going to now go out and get a virtual assistant. Their job is to blast this list every day if anybody is motivated to sell. So they get on the phone and they're just, hey, you own 123 Main Street. Just had a couple questions. Were you interested in selling? What type of price would you be looking for? How soon are you looking to sell? They're doing a lot of that entry level work. And then if somebody says, yeah, I'm ready, they transfer them over to you. So you're not doing that grunt work. This is, to me, the most important part of any system, is having it set up in a way where somebody else is doing all that grunt work for you so that you can just stay in like go mode. So your job now is to just talk to motivated sellers. You're not chasing them. You don't have to do a ton of marketing. You're just talking to people who are interested in selling their property. Step 3, now I'm talking to people, and my job is to just get deals under contract. Here's the thing. If you talk to enough motivated sellers, you're going to get a deal. It's not rocket science, and it's not magic. It's just being in the right place at the right time. Somebody's looking to sell. You're there offering a bag of cash. Hypothetically, you're offering to buy the property within a certain period of time, maybe 90 days, 60 days. It's going to connect. It's just a numbers game. So if you close 5% of the people you talk to, that's not high, because you have, let's say you started with 10,000 leads. They whittled that down to 30 to 60 people who are actually motivated to sell. Somebody else did all that grunt work. Now you're only talking to people with a motivation. You close 5% of them, 1 to 2 people. That's cool. That's good money. Your average profit per deal is around $10,000. So that's, hey, I got the property under contract for $90K. I marked it up to $100K, sold it to an investor. He's going to put in an 80K rehab and flip it and make 50 grand off of it. So he's happy. You can make easily 10K per deal, just marking the deals up, negotiating them to the right price point, and selling them to other investors. And that's the last step of this process. So step 3 is just sell it to another investor. If you don't know how to rehab properties yet, if you don't have good credit and you can't qualify for rehab loans and construction loans, then just sell the property to another investor who can. Walk away with your commission. You're going to make around $10,000 on average. Some deals you'll make a little bit more. And that's the capital that you would then take and reinvest back into the system. So you go up 10,000, you spend 1,000, now you're up 9,000. Now I'm going to double down. I'm probably going to go get 20,000 leads and get another virtual assistant and have them both banging the phone. I'm going to go up to a $2,000 monthly spend, and I'm going to try to make $20,000 to $30,000 on the flip end. We've taught this strategy to many of our mentees. We've had people make good money doing this. And I would say that it's kind of a nuts and bolts strategy. If you're going to be a real estate investor anyway, you want to learn how to uncover deals from motivated sellers, because this allows you to operate in any market, especially tough markets. If you live in a market and you're like, Brian, I just can't find any deals, there's nothing on the MLS, everything's tough, there's all these bidding wars, then you need to learn a strategy like this, where for $1,000, you could go and uncover a deal in a tough market at a $60,000, $70,000 discount from what it would be, on the MLS. So this is what you need to know to get to that next level. If you're a new real estate investor, even if you're not starting off as a wholesaler, even if you're starting off as a real developer, you're going to go out and do the BRRRR strategy and buy and hold. You want to learn how to uncover deals. This is a core strategy that you need to be successful, in my opinion.